Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. Before we get started, I just wanted to give you a peek into my current personal journal. I've been working in this journal for about 4 months. It's always such a beautiful thing to watch your journal grow in size and in memories. To be able to flip through the pages and remember some of the happy times, some of the sad times, and even just some of the ordinary times is very satisfying. For me, journaling is such a journey. I'm so happy you're all here to go on that journey with me. So this is the ephemera I used for this layout. I hadn't originally intended to make this a journal with me, YouTube, but as I started pulling out all of my personal ephemera and different scraps that I had, I realized that there was an underlying theme of back to school. Like millions of other children in the United States, my daughter Abby started school for the first time since before COVID, and she was very excited. And I had actually spent the day making back to school journals. So when I started looking at my scraps that I had set aside, I was just going to stick them all down in my journal. And I realized, oh my gosh, well, Abby started school. I have a picture. She also gave me some tags from some of her back to school clothes. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do a back to school journal with me episode. So that big patchwork piece of paper actually came out of that strawberry shortcake back to school journal that I will have in today's journal drop in my Etsy shop. That book had a lot of writing in it, and I had to completely take out the covers and redo them. It was quite an event, so I hope whoever gets that journal really appreciates it. There was so much work that went into it, but I did save one of those pages that had a lot of writing because I just thought it was cute. And this kind of rainbow paper was the cardstock that I used, the bright colored cardstock that went inside those back to school journals. And I thought that it would make a really nice journaling spot. And I really liked the colors. They were really pretty bright colors, but also somewhat muted, so they weren't like primary. This is a wax paper bag. Something I ordered came in it. I don't even remember what, but I thought it would be a good opportunity to use it as a pocket. That was a leftover tag. If you watched my TikTok or saw on Instagram, I made about 55 tags to put into orders that I sent out, and I had a few extras, so I decided to put one into my own journal. And really what you're going to see me doing a lot of is trying to figure out the page. There's a lot of personal ephemera, and I want to make sure it all makes it onto the page. So I'm just sort of shuffling all of the items around to find out what should go where, and to create more of a vision that will be cohesive and look appealing. I always start with the larger pieces, and this was a scrap that was sent to me by a dear friend and follower. It's just a really pretty piece of floral paper, but I thought it'd be a really nice background because the colors were very complementary to the rest of the large pieces of ephemera. This vintage hanky paper was also from the journals that I created, as was this little torn piece of paper. It's from a Sesame Street journal, and it was all that was left of one of the pages. So when I was taking the book apart, I was just going to throw it away because it was just hanging out of the book. And then I thought, no, you know what? There's a little character. It's cute. I'll put it in my own journal. And so there it is, new life right in my journal on the side of the page. I just printed that picture of Abby from her first day of school on my printer here at home. It's a little bit thin, but I think it will work just fine. So I finally decide I'm just going to use that scrap and put it across the bottom. It just adds a really pretty vintage look to the page, and it was a scrap that I just wasn't willing to part with because it's so pretty. I'm really happy with how this looks so far. It's so bright. I know that maybe some of you are thinking, whoa, that's busy, but I think that I really am drawn to busy layouts. I like to be sort of entertained visually. So to me, this is sort of my style, and I really am drawn to a style like this. I'm going to add this really thick washi tape right to the center. I love this washi tape because to me it looks like super 70s kitchen. I love it. I feel like it should be wallpaper. So this is sort of the fun part. I have all the extra little personal ephemera that I'm sort of just going to find places for and homes for on the page. This was a name tag from a student leadership day that Abby attended, and it spent time on her shirt and rolling around our car, and then I picked it up and stuck it on my wallet and forgot to bring it in the house. And so it's in rough shape, but I still want to keep it and put it on there because I'm so proud of all that Abby does. These were just a couple of price tags from some of her back to school clothes. And I just have to say, I feel so lucky to have children who truly love and value and appreciate my passion for journaling. On many occasions in our daily life, my children will bring things that seem very unimportant to people, like price tags or receipts or name tags or just ephemera from their personal lives, and say, Mom, do you want this for your journal? And that means so much to me. It's such a love language. And it also shows me how much my children love and think about me, even in the sort of ordinary moments in life. The fact that Abby would think to save the price tags from her clothes because it might be important to me. My other daughter recently went on a trip to Austin to visit family, and she came home with a whole little envelope filled with price tags and postcards and little odds and ends from her trip and said, Mom, I thought you could use these things for your journal. It actually really makes me emotional. I'm just so grateful that I have children that are so thoughtful and save those little things that may mean nothing to other people, but they know are meaningful to me. So I'm just very grateful. So you just see me turn that little wax paper bag into a pocket. I use double stick tape and I just stick it right onto the layout. And now I have a sweet little pocket for that tag that I made, which is a nice little memory. I had a lot of fun making those, and it went kind of viral on TikTok, the DIY, which was nice. So thank you if you were one of the viewers. And then I use my favorite tool for scrapbooking, my stapler, to just staple that flashcard right to the side of the page. And now I'm going to use my glue stick to add this little information paper onto the bottom from one of Abby's first days of school. We're nearing the end here, so I'm just going to use some glue and I'm going to stick that photo of Abby right onto that really pretty floral paper. And then I'm going to use some washi tape on the top and the bottom, just because since it's printed on my printer, I want to make sure it doesn't lift. So I'm just going to use some thin washi tape on the top and the bottom. I'm really happy with how this page turned out, especially because I really wasn't planning on making it some full layout. I was just really inspired by the pieces that I had, and it seemed very important to do, especially because it's the first day of school for many kids in well over a year. Many kids didn't get to go to school last year, so it's a very exciting time for many, many kids. These little stickers are some of my favorite. I got them on Etsy. I don't have the shop name, but I am going to go try to find it so I can leave it down below because a few of you have asked about them. They are actually stickers that you can remove the back and stick on, but I don't really like how transparent they are, so usually I just use glue and stick them onto the page so they look more like paper. Let me try to show you. These flowers are from the same set, and you can see how transparent they are when you remove the back. I'm not sure if you can really see, but they're very transparent as opposed to the other label that I kept the back on and they look more like paper. You might be able to tell a little more when I give you the overview in the end. So now I'm just going to add these little word stickers. I love them. They are by Tim Holtz. You can get them anywhere. I can't remember if I got mine at Joann's or Michael's, but they're really fun. I've had mine forever and there's still so many left. I'm going to do my journaling in that bright colored blank space in the middle of the page there. I'm just going to journal a little bit about Abby's first day and how she's in the 10th grade. I can't believe it. How did that happen? She's my youngest child. But I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy to watch her journey. I feel like she's very equipped to take on the year. And I feel like I'm just excited to watch. I'm very grateful to be along on the journey of all my children. It's a really wonderful thing. I know time flies and sometimes that's difficult, but really I kind of look at it as we raised them, we did everything we could, we did the best we could, and now we just get to watch them fly. And what a wonderful gift as a parent to watch and to be so proud. So this is the finished layout. I'm very happy with how it came out. It is very much a junk journal layout because much of this would have ended up in the trash if you didn't save things. I loved that Abby brought me so many little pieces from her first day to save, her tags from her clothes, her slip from school. And it was fun to really pair everything with those back to school journals that I made. I guess it was just sort of fun to see two worlds collide. So let me know in the comments if you will be doing any back to school layouts. Let me know if your children are also going back to school. I know it's a very exciting time. It's also a little bit scary. So let me know in the comments below because I would love to chat. I would love to know if you are documenting those experiences as well. I hope you have a really wonderful week and thank you so much for watching. Bye.